Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of 2 videos we've got for you today.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
What's wrong with you?
My back hurts. Oh.
What is that? What are you smuggling back there?
What are you talking about, my wallet? What do you mean?
What is this? You have receipts for everything you've ever purchased in here.
Just in case.
Are these $2 bills? Why do you only have $2 bills?
And it's an investment, okay? Don't stop.
Is this Vietnamese dong?
Well, some massage parlors only accept those.
Oh, we planning for a busy weekend?
Well, Costco's having a great deal. I couldn't pass it up.
This Costco's card expired 2 years ago.
Can you just put everything back, please? Jeez.
Look, you need to get rid of most of this crap. Upgrade your wallet, man. It's 2020. Here, check this out. It's my extra wallet. It's sleek. It's not gonna hurt your back. Carries everything that you need. Pops everything up.
That is pretty cool.
Guys, check out how cool it is up close. Here's the extra wallet. It's so sleek. It's so cool. You could use this box wallet design. Flip up your cards. You can easily grab them. It is just, I get so many compliments out when I use this wallet. And guys, I've actually been using this wallet for the past year. Here is the one that I've been using for a year. I wanted to make sure that it held up to the test of time because I loved it so much. I would never, ever go back to those big, bulky wallets. I don't know what you got now, but I do think you deserve an upgrade, and this one I can give a badass seal of approval to. Click those links below if you want 20% off at extra.com/Angry Joe Show. Thank you to Extra, the best wallets out there. Guys, grab yourself one if you haven't already. Links are in the description. Spring cleaning, everybody.
Yeah, you got too much crap in your wallet. It's time to upgrade.
AJS News, I am finishing up the Hogwarts Angry review. It's almost done. It's taken me a little longer than normal because I have officially switched editing programs. I'm fucking tired, Joe, of Vegas and Premiere and just crashing constantly. While working, we crash. While rendering, we crash. Well, I'm done with it. And so I switched last week to DaVinci Resolve 18, which I hear is like all the rage. Like half the industry is using it. It's actually free, and then there's the paid version. I went ahead and got the paid version, and so far I'm excited because no crashes whatsoever, and faster rendering. Okay. Like the Vegas NVIDIA card booster, remember, that was giving me some bonuses, would crash consistently. And also it actually, so it like made my speed faster, but it would take 3 times longer because I would crash, and then I'd have to render one part, and then I'd render another part before it crashes, and then I'd piece those 2 parts together and render that part. And so all the game that I got was wasted. So please, thank you so much for your patience. I know by the time Tuesday rolls around, that's probably 1 month since Hogwarts Legacy came out. Nobody's talking about it no more, but I got to get my review out for it because we really enjoyed it. So stay tuned for that one. And then once we get that one out, I was like, okay, so we're catching up now. We're finally catching up. I thought, we would jump right into Skull and Bones, but I forgot that thing got delayed yet again.
Oh no!
Because Skull and Bones was supposed to come out the 9th. So
Shucks.
we don't have to do that. Now we can review whatever the hell we want. Let us know what you want us to review next. All right, guys. So, Alex, what the hell has been happening in game? Oh, so the review, I'm hoping maybe I'll get it done on Tuesday. But again, I'm a little slower in this editing program. I'm having to relearn everything. But I think I could do it by Tuesday night, if not, definitely by the end of the week, Wednesday.
Okay. Well, you guys got some good news. There's a new Alien movie coming out. It's another one of those Hulu originals, and those have been fairly high quality.
Okay. I'm always down for more Alien.
So this one is going to be produced. Executive producer, of course, will be Ridley Scott. But
okay, that was actually. Let me say this: the Alien movie we already knew about that one. That's not something new, unless you're talking about a second Alien television series. So there was an Alien series being produced for Hulu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one
Series,
you're talking
okay.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
And then there's also a TV show. I mean, there's a ton of Alien updates, and so like it began. The filming started this week, or starting this week
On what?
in Budapest on the new Alien movie. It's a prequel.
A new Alien
Yeah.
movie.
And then there's also the TV show that
a prequel, though. Huh. Okay.
Let's see. This one is
A prequel to what, though? Because
Was
there's
it
been so many
Alien?
Alien movies,
Alien?
and then Prometheus, and then
This is a
Alien this
standalone.
and
Okay.
Alien
Yeah,
that.
so it's separate from the other ones. There's no Ellen Ripley. There's no any of that other stuff.
Okay.
And so we've got a couple of the cast, and then there's also a TV show based on Alien is in the works with Noah Hawley show running. He did Fargo series, and that one also is not Ripley, and that one's the prequel set on Earth, close to the end of the 21st century. And then there's also all the Alien games coming out. So we know Alien Dark Descent releases this year. It's a top-down real-time squad shooter from Tindalos Interactive that did Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. And then there's also an Alien single player.
That's what, if you ever heard fire the weapons, that's where we got that when we visited Tindalos, and he was giving a presentation on firing the weapons from the battle. It's one, I think they're in some area of France, the dialect. I love it.
Yeah.
So okay, well shit, no, that's a lot. I didn't
There's
even
more.
know that Tindalos did that particular game. There's more.
There's more.
There's
also,
more aliens.
There's also an Alien single-player Unreal 5 action horror game set between the first two movies.
I was gonna say kind of like an isolation one, because that one's a good one. I
yeah.
like that one.
Said between the first two movies. Interesting.
Yeah, so that one's being made by Servios. They did Walking Dead Onslaught and Creed Rise to Glory, and will apparently be playable in VR and on flat screen. So,
Oh, maybe. Well, we haven't tried Creed Rise to Glory, but the first one, I don't know. That I think.
Dead Onslaught, the Walking Dead Onslaught. Did you
Yeah,
play that one?
well, I you know what? I'm not going to judge that because I played so many bad Walking Dead games that I get them all confused. So maybe that's a good one. I don't know. But yeah, so okay, a lot of aliens content. I'm happy about that. I
You're a
love the
huge Alien
franchise.
fan.
Long ago, I was working on a board game with Kevin Wilson, new board game, but we just could never obtain the license because it was being used by somebody else at the time. I think it was Gale Force 9 that came out with Another Day in the core. So I just love the franchise, love the universe. Obviously, I get a little upset with Ridley Scott and what he was doing with the prequels and stuff, and then it kind of went off the rails there. Though good acting from Michael Fassbender, it seems like the new movie is not directed by Ridley Scott.
No,
So good. I want to
produced.
see other people's visions on it, because so yeah, I'm excited. Wow. Okay, some of that stuff's coming soon. Well, no, if they're just starting to
They
film
just
now,
filming is
well, then you're probably looking at 2024, 2025 for some of that. But there is Aliens Dark Descent, which I think is this year.
The Wolf Among Us 2 has also been delayed. So that was a game that was supposed to be coming out this year. And so this was a game that they decided to delay to avoid crunch. The deadline is something that they may have been able to hit, but they forced their employees to stay super long hours and no weekends, not see their family and all this other stuff. And they just said they just don't want to do that. So they're not willing to put their employees through that. And so they're pushing the game until next year.
Okay.
That's good from a consumer standpoint. We get a better, more polished game. From a business standpoint, I don't know if they're burning money as they go through that and if it hurts them in the long run, but ultimately I think it should help them in the long run. More happy employees and better games should result in a positive.
Yeah. So they've raised some money.
I never played the first one, but I've heard it was good.
Yeah, the fans of that series really, really like it. So they're gonna be disappointed, but I think we've seen this
That's
with
a
a
good
lot,
thing.
like with Sega and Nintendo and these other ones that are trying to make their employees happy because they know that you make your employees unhappy, you're gonna lose them, and it's hard to get. It's like the brain drain aspect, and so this will help them continue to make their other games. They've got other ones like they've got the Expanse, a Telltale series, and a bunch of other ones coming out, and they don't want to lose people. We got news from Square Enix that Yosuke Matsuda is stepping down after 10 years as president. This was one of the guys that was real big into crypto, and he wanted to. That's how he was going to lead everything, and he.
Yay! They finally decided this guy's a fucking
it's
idiot.
not working
His
out,
ideas
man.
don't make sense. Oh, we're gonna do fucking NFTs and fucking crypto and microtransactions. Good, get on that. Go, get on that.
Yeah, well, don't get too happy because the guy replacing him is said to also be pretty into that, and so
It's here to stay.
that's
Why the fuck are they firing the first guy?
I mean, they haven't
Because the games did poorly.
they've had a lot of misses in the last.
And those
last
games
years.
didn't even have the NFT and the crypto. So he's saying, okay, well, you got fired for those bad ideas, not the other bad ideas that you had. Just the first set of bad ideas, not the second set of bad ideas. So we're going to bring in somebody who's got that second set of bad ideas.
But
Nice, Square.
This one's gonna stick.
Nice.
But maybe the games will be better. Maybe.
Nice.
Maybe.
No, not if that guy is all like NFTs and crypto. Let's put him in the games. The first guy, that was what was wrong with the games. They didn't have the crypto and the NFT, bro.
That's what people want.
That's what Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is waiting for, more NFTs.
Yeah.
So, all right, this week, Microsoft also was granted access to Sony documents. This is for the Activision case. This is something that is, PlayStation was one of the biggest objectors to this acquisition, and Microsoft is saying, look, we are doing something that they've been doing for a long time, and the industry hasn't crumbled. And they requested a bunch of documents, including the contracts with third-party companies. Now, if you're not familiar, if you're a Sony fanboy downvoting immediately, Sony is very anti-consumer, from our perspective, because they limit crossplay. If you're like, why doesn't this game have crossplay? It's normally Sony, and we've had a bunch of developers come forward and saying, hey, we wanted to do crossplay, but they just wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah.
And so Microsoft said, look, I want all these documents. So from all of their contracts from 2019 to now, plus employee evaluations, all those other things. So Microsoft's going to get to go through these things and make a case saying, they've been doing it for a while. They bought Insomniac and everything's still fine. They bought them and everything's still fine. So they're going to try to say that, look, this acquisition may be really big, one of the biggest possible, but it's not going to destroy the industry, especially if we guarantee that Nintendo gets Call of Duty and Sony gets Call of Duty for 10 more years. So
Okay.
then after let's go through all that stuff, it's hold on, lots of other things. All right, and then Ubisoft got some new news. Bad news that over at Ubisoft, they've had a lot of issues with their games coming out. People aren't buying them. People are tired of their shit.
Yeah.
And so their publishing arm, they say, is going through some reorganization of its European business subsidiaries, which means some office closures are going to happen. Now, they say it's a strategic reorganization. And so a couple of the offices that we know, so the one in the Netherlands is probably going to be shut down, and a couple other ones. They've released a bunch of games that people honestly just aren't buying. They've delayed a bunch of things. Their next big release is
It's not looking too good for Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they should have saved some money and not go to EA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're
Could use
expecting
that
Skull
or
and Bones to
something.
save them, no, I don't even think they're going to break even on that. They'll probably lose money on Skull and Bones as well, and so hopefully they're cooking up something else that can help them.
Forspoken studio Luminous Productions has also, just a couple months after the release of their big game, is now no more. They're now being folded to Sony
It was
or
only
into Square.
2 months after they released the game, they shut the doors. Of course, all those people they're just being rolled into the main studio, so they still have jobs. They're just no longer their own separate studio that was probably pumped and supported with a third level. So that level is now gone, and they're going in.
Maybe they fired Jimmy or whoever wrote the line for that main character.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
leave him
Jim,
alone.
yeah.
Jimmy was
He'll tell you which crayons are the best crayons, the best tasting crayons.
Blue
Blue
tastes
the
best,
best
but they
ones.
cost more.
It's better.
That's the quality.
Did you talk with Jimmy?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we shared some crayons, talked about it.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
It's weird. You and Jimly are never in the same room. I noticed this, so I don't know.
He's shy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blood Bowl 3, we got some big changes this week in customization. I mean, if you didn't know about Blood Bowl 3 launch, check out the angry rant that Joe did. It was a massive fuck you to the community, insane prices for customization. And it's so bad that
The game also broken at release and with tons and tons of missing features for leagues. In fact, there was a news story I forgot to cover. Jump in real quick. Is that there was an open letter written by all of the league runners from Blood Bowl 2, and they're like, "Look, if you don't fix these kinds of things, we're just not going to play. We're going to go back to the previous game." So yeah, they're in trouble.
They made an update to the monetization this week, and they posted a long letter talking about their feelings on the backlash. And so they talked about
They didn't they respond directly to it other than we're gonna fix the game or whatever, because they already responded to it. Remember, we did
They
that
made an
news story
apology for
together.
the servers.
No,
Oh,
they
the
only
server
apologize for servers.
apology.
Yeah.
That's what that
Yeah.
was. Now this one they're addressing.
the customization
Okay.
options. So they addresses the fact. I mean, one line in here that stuck out is when they talk about all the other things. Add that to the issues we faced with the game's launch, and it becomes understandable why players assumed monetization was one of our main goals with this game. Like,
Yes.
even they acknowledge it's like,
Yes.
look, yeah, it's absolutely obscene.
That's what it looked like from us, because those microtransactions sure were in the game before, like basic fucking things that you need in order to run leagues and shit.
Well, the transaction server worked great. The game server is not so great. So these are the changes that they're planning on doing. So common, rare, and epic items are going to be changed. So all the common, rare, and epic pieces of equipment bought will now unlock for unlimited use among your teams or players that share the same position. You will not have to buy multiple copies of the same helmet or shoulder pad anymore. We also want to
That's
clarify
hilarious.
that this rule will apply both to items bought and items obtained as a reward.
Wow.
If you're not familiar, what you would have to do is if you
Motherfuckers.
got a shoulder pad, you're like, well, you got a bunch of dudes with shoulder pads, you got to get more.
Yeah,
have to
you
buy-
want to buy the left shoulder pad, you have to buy the left shoulder pad for all 16 of your guys, and it's only for one team, and then you buy 16 more left shoulder pads for your next team. No.
Yeah. So that's not going to happen anymore. Now, when you unlock the shoulder pad, it will apply to everything. But the big
I
but is
can't believe they needed somebody to fucking say no.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
legendary items, on the other hand, will not be doing that. So unlocking a legendary item through the shop or as a reward will be less frequent than other rarity, and we want those customizations to remain an exceptional way to make your key players stand
By the
out.
way, they're shit. They're shit looking.
Bullshit.
I've seen them, and they're like $7. So you thought $3 a piece was like too much. Wait till you see the legendary item prices. Nope, not happening.
And then there's two more things. We hope you understand that changing the system will require time, including refunding the players who already spent their warp stone on items that will be unlimited after patch. That's actually a really good thing. If you spent too much money on all this shit on shoulder pads for your whole thing, you're getting some money back. They just don't know when that's going to happen. And we will come back with exact dates for these changes once we got all the technical confirmations that we need.
Very small percentage. A small percentage of people that buy Blood Bowl 3 in the first place, but it's important to highlight to show that even dedicated fan bases, even they who are hunting for a new game and need a new game in the franchise are like, no, this is too
isn't it.
much.
Yeah.
And
This isn't it.
If you're a Games Workshop fan, you're used to getting milked.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like, this is such an
Oh, yeah,
absurd
yeah.
level of milking that even GW fans are like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, and how half baked it feels, and how early access it feels, and how not fully released. That doesn't change any of the things that are reality, which is, they've got this roadmap with basic features on it, even though the game is already released. Now, honestly, you should have just launched it, called it early access. Instead of charging people $30, just charge them something cheaper, like $15. If you want to make this a live service platform and stuff like that, then that's the approach that they should have taken. But no, that's so, yes. Oh, I gotta give some fucking
Well, there's one more-
kudos and clapping for you to take out the excessive microtransactions. Fuck off.
Well, let's see if this changes your mind. They also said that the Season 1 Battle Pass, including the first new faction, will be free to unlock for everyone because we're sorry.
Yeah,
We're
because
sorry.
so there's 12 teams in there, and there's about another 10, 12 that they're gonna sell you in the future. So they're like, here, have this first one on us. All right, well, cool. That's the least that they could do to try to bring people back, because I refunded that shit. Like I told you, I had 4 minutes left on it. And after I just read article after article in the Steam reviews, just read the Steam reviews, the real detailed stuff. And like, how I try to inspire others to, pay, vote with your wallet. Motherfucker, I wish I could give him credit. I read one. I was like, you're so fucking right. Boop. And then when I submitted my refund, and then Steam said, you received your refund, I was like, that felt good. Fucking felt good. Should do it more often, guys. You should do it more often.
All right, that's what I got. You guys have anything you guys wanted to go over?
Oh, yeah. So get this. One of the more exciting news is out right now. Budokai is back. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. This is a fighting. Now, okay, the recent good fighting game was the DBZ Fighters, right? That shit was awesome. But before that, we were starved for good fighting games within the franchise. There were bad ones. There was plentiful ones. There were average ones, and there were good ones. And Budokai was one of the good ones. It got Budokai 1, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, Budokai Boogie. That's a different one.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. This is Budokai 4. It's been officially announced, and they got a fucking trailer, and it looks fucking fire. And they got some really good fucking characters that they're already teasing in the roster. So I'm just happy. This is nostalgic. Were the Budokai games like the best? Was it better than our recent DBZ fighter game? No, I think the recent one was. I would rather play than go back and but there's limitations in the recent one. This one is kind of a different genre. You don't have the triple fighter. It was like, single fighter and stuff, one-on-one. But we'll see if they add to that. They weren't all like that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm happy that the sequel is back. I think the last one was released in 2007, if I'm correct.
So there was
Wow.
Tenkaichi Tag Team in 2010, Ultimate
That's the one I
Tenkaichi
was
in
asking.
2011.
Yeah, so there were different modes
But what about
play.
the Kinect one? Did you ever play the one on Kinect in
Oh,
2012? Dragon Ball Z for Kinect?
Yeah, never heard of it before.
We got to bust that Kinect out.
Dust it off.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man.
Never heard of it.
We were at an arcade that was using a Kinect.
Yes.
What game was
No
that?
way.
Yeah,
It's like some
it was
battle suit thing.
It was a terrible game, and there's an Xbox Kinect in there, and like this little locked up window,
Wow.
and the game barely functioned, and it was very funny.
Wow. Talk about cheap arcade thing. Wow. Just waste your quarters on that shit. Anyways, that series is coming back, and you can bet your ass we gonna be there.
All right, guys. Again, it is spring cleaning time. Clean out that wallet. It is time to upgrade. And right now, you get a really great deal. So click on that link down below. They're amazing, and they've got a bunch of other products in their tracker cards and things. So give Extra a shot.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is one of 2 videos. We'll see you in the next one, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.